Welcome back, Amanda.
Thank
Today
you.
I'm here with Amanda Wright, who's just come back from 4 months secondment in the US with PKF international firm Eisner Amper. Tell us, Amanda, how did the opportunity came up in the first place?
This came up during our busy season last September, so September 2014. Clayton, our audit partner, sent around an email with a job description for the secondment, and being busy season, I didn't get to actually read the email for a few hours, but basically opened it and Clayton was asking for people to express their interest and he would provide further details on how to apply. So basically I sent him an email a few hours later and he came back and said, great, I had you in mind anyway. So he forwarded on details on how to apply, which was basically a full interview process with a gentleman called Richard Horton from the Eisner Amper office. So I had that interview within a week, and then about a week after that, I knew I had the position.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
You were there for 4 months, and tell us a little bit about your stay and what did you get up to over that 4-month period?
Well, in terms of work, it was their busy season, so obviously it was 55-hour weeks, which I was used to, but working in an industry which I wasn't familiar with, it was financial services hedge fund audits, which was really interesting. I learned a lot about hedge funds and an industry that I wouldn't generally have exposure to in the Newcastle office, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And what about the people over there?
The people, well, in terms of the secondees, there was about 20 of us. A big intake was from South Africa and then a few others from Mumbai in India and Ireland and UK. I was the lone Australian, which was a lot of fun. So the people were great to work with. Like, it was good to see how our skills in terms of what I've learnt from Australia and like audit in Australia compare internationally, not just with the US but with Ireland and South Africa. And I think we're pretty comparable.
Pretty good?
Yeah, we are pretty good.
It's good. So obviously it wasn't all work for 4 months. Did you get a chance to get a look around New York and a bit wider?
I did. So every weekend the secondees and I basically made an effort to go and do like traditional touristy things. So we obviously did the museums, we did like Central Park, Statue of Liberty, and like the Brooklyn Bridge and the Brooklyn Promenade, and obviously the World Trade Center site. That was a big part of it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so New York's a great place, and obviously there's always plenty of activity and community events and the like going on. Did you get a chance to get involved in any of those?
I did, yes. Well, most people know in the Newcastle firm that I love running, so that's one of my hobbies. I got to do 2 runs in New York. One was the start of January, which was a great experience. Martin Matthews actually did the 10K run with me as well, who's another audit partner here.
Did he make it?
He did make it.
Oh,
yes, he did. So we were both very cold at the end of it. It was minus 8 degrees, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good.
And then a second run on the 25th of January, which was a half marathon, which was my Australia Day celebrations.
Yep.
So that was a lot of fun as well. But unfortunately, I didn't get entry into the New York City Half Marathon, which was in March. I missed out on entry to that, but I did get to volunteer with that one as well. So that was great, getting involved in the community in a volunteer aspect as well, because cultural involvement was a big part of what they push on us.
As part of the program. Yeah, good.
Yeah, so
good.
that was a lot of fun volunteering in New York, handing out water at a water station at a half marathon. It was a lot of fun.
Good. What was that your first time you'd experienced the northern winter?
It was, and it was...
How'd you find it?
It was definitely the harshest winter I've ever experienced, and I think it was their harshest in about 20 years as well. So it was like incredibly cold, like undescribable how cold it was.
Well, Eisner Amper are a very good firm. They're very well regarded in the PKF international affiliation. When you look at their firm and obviously having experienced what we have here in Australia, what are some of the similarities that you've seen amongst the two firms?
I think culture would definitely be the first thing I'd mention about how similar we are. Basically, they're very laid back. Anyone's approachable. You can go to partners or you can go to staff 1, staff 2. It's like everyone's just approachable, which is very similar to the Newcastle office. in terms of content of work, how they approach training is very similar as well. They've got a big emphasis and importance on training, which is very similar to how we approach Staff 1, Staff 2 and trainees as well.
Look, you mentioned there was sort of 20 secondees there at the same time from all over the world. You're still in contact with those people? Did you form any sort of friendships that you think out of that experience are going to be, long-lasting relationships or friendships to go forward with?
Yeah, there were a few, especially from the South Africans, that I will stay in contact with, and I'm actually planning a trip next April to go and visit them.
Yeah,
and there's a run on in Cape Town, which I will be running with one of the secondees. He runs a fair bit and did the half marathon with me in New York. And then I will go and visit a few of the other secondees who are living like Johannesburg way. So kept in contact with them and kept in contact with Leah Bender, the HR manager. She's also a runner. So she's recently done the Paris full marathon. So she sent me some photographs of that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Obviously the experience is something that you've never done before. Would you do it again? What would you say to people that maybe are sitting there thinking, when the next opportunity comes up for that sort of secondment, is it something you'd recommend?
Yes, very much so. I'd definitely do it again. I would jump at the offer to do it again, but I'd really push other staff members to have a go and get involved in secondment programs, because it's amazing to go and see how your skills compare in another country and to live like a local in an incredible place like New York City. It's just something that you can't get the experience working in your home firm for your whole degree, like your whole career, sorry.
Great. Well, thanks, Amanda, for your time. It's great to have you back, but equally it's great to have seen, how you've grown from that experience, and obviously, you've got many memories from the work side as equally from the cultural side that you'll take with you forward, and let's hope that there's another opportunity that comes up for you to go and do it maybe somewhere else across the world.
Yes.
Well done.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you.